But y'all know how we like to start this show off. We have a guest speaker, guest caller on FanView Live. We're proud to have him. We love to have him on the show. Terrebone's new head coach, Tyler Lewis, will be joining us. Talk with him. Coach Tyler, are you there? There he is. In the building. Welcome to FanView Live, Coach Tyler. How you doing?
Hey, Coach, unmute yourself.
You got to unmute yourself.
Unmuted. You guys can hear me?
We can hear you now. There he is.
There we go.
On our way to the cornerstone.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Man, anytime, brother. Now, Coach, we gonna jump right on into this, baby. For those who don't know, this is my gridiron coaching buddy right here, All-Star game. But man, have you come from 2 championship programs? You come from West St. John, you come from St. James recently, and now you the lead man, heading your own shift, man. Tell us how that feels.
Oh man, it's an awesome feeling, man. It's also real. Let me tell you how crazy it is, Coach. 2 weeks prior to me getting the Terrebone job, I was cleaning out my office. I got in the house, and I came across a garbage bag, and I opened it, and it was all my Terrebone gear, all my Homer Junior High gear from when I was back here as an assistant coach, bro. So I guess the spirit world was telling me that I'll be back here, but I'm excited about it, man. The people are excited, the kids excited, man. We ready to get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ty, what it do, man?
GSportz.
Man, you already knew. Man, when was it? Throughout your career thus far, that made you feel like you was ready to be a head coach? Because a lot of coaches tell me sometimes they be, they ponder about when they're ready and they're offered jobs here and there, and then some of them turn jobs down because they just feel like they need to learn more and experience some more things. When did you feel like, okay, it's time, I'm ready to have, my own team and lead this ship?
Well, honestly, man, I was testing the market a few years ago coming out of West St. John just to get the experience with interviewing. But it was just mostly recently that I found out that I thought I was ready. Getting validation from actually Coach Valdez. Being underneath the St. James umbrella made me realize that it was time, man. I learned so much underneath that umbrella of Coach Valdez and the program of St. James. So, man, it was just recently, that it was time, man. It was time to see what we can do with it, man. And I think it's going to be a very successful train, bro, because I anticipate putting some solid guys around me. I anticipate having my kids exposed to as much as possible when it comes down to this football game, man. So, yeah, man, it just recently, bro. It took some time to get here. I put my work in. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I started in the middle school ranks.
Yep. West Thibodeau.
I was at West Thibodeau Middle. When I started, Meek Robinson was in 7th grade playing for us.
Yep.
So, man, it's been a good journey, bro. But I'm just getting started, as they say. I'm just getting started.
Listen, this is Fred. Listen, Coach Tyler. First and foremost, congratulations on the hire. Congratulations on the hire. But Terrebone next head coach. But let's talk about Terrebone. Obviously Terrebone is coming off 2 I would call people call disappointing seasons. Obviously COVID has been a big part of that. Obviously they went 3-3. I think in 2000, I think they went 1-6 last year or something like that. Talk about what some of the plans that you have for Terrebone High School and what kind of vision you see with Terrebone, because obviously Terrebone has some expectations. Obviously, you think about some of the athletes that came out of Terrebone that went D1, Ja'Kai Douglas, Mason Smith, obviously before the transfer, Jalen Lucas. So talk about some of the things that you plan on trying to install at Terrebone High School.
Well, honestly, Fred, we started from the foundation, man. We started from the floor up here, man. What we're doing is we're creating more of a structured program. We're creating a program, and we're attacking our junior high right now. My junior high kids right now are in the spring season. They're playing their final game on Friday night. They're playing for all keeps here with the parish championship. Right now they're 3-0 in their league. But starting on Tuesdays, those guys are in my weight room with me. You know what I'm saying? So we start from the foundation, which is our junior high, and then we putting all our rules into play. Our kids are starting to hold each other accountable right now. So like I said, you start with the small stuff, because the small stuff really matters when it's coming down to championship play, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we at right now. We're implementing tight end scheme. We finally find these big basketball bodies. These guys that come and join football for the first time. It's just we have a welcoming and opening atmosphere here. We're making a lot of changes, man, here. So the kids are excited about it, and change is always good when you know how much talent is gonna come through this place, man. So we start at the foundation. A lot of people will say, hey, well, this, that, and the third. It's all about starting at the bottom, which is my feeder school. So that's where I'm at with it.
Now, Coach T, now, what has been the biggest eye-opening from going from position coach to coordinator to now head coach that you learned? Now, granted, it's been a short period of time and all this stuff, but what's some of the things that you've seen is totally different in your new position?
Well, everything is on me at this point, man. Everything is on me. From my assistant coaches to my coordinators to my kids. They are a reflection of me, myself, and my vision for this program. So having more responsibility, I would say. Like I said, my grind gonna be the same as I was a position coach, as a recruiting coordinator at St. James. That's gonna remain the same. My love for the kids, the community, that's gonna remain the same. It just I'm responsible for much more than a checkbox, and I'll have the whole page that I'm responsible for. But like I said, I'm prepared for this moment. Like I said, Coach Valdez, head coach of St. James, did a great job of preparing not only myself but his staff to become head coaches. When we first met my first time at St. James, he said, I'm in the business of creating head coaches. So from there, from Coach Walters at the time at West St. John, you learn so much from these guys you've been around. So it just, being more responsible for a lot more than just my position group and my certain tasks. It's not as the whole kaboom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
T.Y.,
yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure you know, because you've been in the area for a while and you've seen all the talent that has come through the Tri-Parish, preferably at Terrebone High School. In your opinion, why has it been over the last, since I've been in high school way back in 2004 when I graduated, why do you think where our schools in that area and Terrebone High School or whatever school it is in the parish are not competing, to make deep runs in the playoffs year in and year out?
Well, honestly, Coach, it comes from the lack of resources, bro. Nothing against the school district, nothing against the community, man. Coming from the river, I'm born in the river. I was raised on the river. I played at 1A, 2A ball club. I've coached at St. James. I had a short stint at Hornville. To see the resources they have that's in place for their kids, from their weight room to a strength and conditioning coach, to have way more position coaches on their staff than the schools here, man. So it all boils down to having the right resources around you to be successful, man. And I've seen it work. So I've definitely, and I'm in a process of trying to get as much resources as I can for my school alone, but for this district. And, a lot of folks ask me, man, you left St. James High School. Left St. James High School. And you're right, I did left St. James High School, who pays wonderful, and it's never about the money. And, they have a championship caliber team that's coming next year. But I came back because it's time to help this district, this parish elevate, man. It's time to evolve. I think by me being able to see the different programs, I could bring ideas here. I just need the support, from the school district and the community. And I think having the resource here gonna have everyone with the resources. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Terrebone; it's Terrebone Parish.
Yep.
Listen, Coach, I got a question for you, man.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about you being a young pioneer of this next level of coaches coming out of high school football in the state of Louisiana. Let's just keep it a band. Louisiana football pioneers a lot of college football in terms of the talent that comes out of the state of Louisiana. but you're one of the youngest head coaches in the state at a school that it's a hotbed for recruits in terms of, D1 talent. Talk about, you and a lot of that. We had a chance to talk to Clifford Harris, who got hired at Higgins, who's a young 30-year-old coach. Talk about this opportunity that young head coaches are going to have in the state of Louisiana to start pioneer what college football is going to look like going forward.
Well, yeah, it's going to open doors for a lot of guys that's going really underneath me right now. Like I said, it's about opportunity, and I'm in the game of blessing people with opportunity as well, because I was given an opportunity. But that's just the wave of things where it's going. A lot of us are getting more involved in this game. We're getting in this game of life and helping these kids out, man, and nothing against guys that's older, but it's so much that you can do or so much that you can pull or gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? You need spark. You need a young face that's gonna run these programs, man. And none to the older guys, but man, they should be in the game of grooming guys to move to because it's a part of their legacy. In my opinion, it's a part of their legacy. You know what I'm saying? For you to groom guys and they to come earlier and earlier, man, that's a plus to you. That defines who you are as a veteran coach. You know what I'm saying? As a seasoned coach. So I think us younger guys moving up is gonna happen quicker and sooner than a lot of people are anticipating. For sure, I tell you that now.
Now, Coach T, one of the things that, because I know I personally know you, G personally knows you, you've been blessed, and it's a temperament, it's a compliment to the type of person that you are. You've been blessed to have great people around you, such as G, such as Coach Valdez, who's one of the most recognizable guys in the state. For even to go on the other opposite of the scope, in Andy Bryson with Gridiron Football, connections that you made just all around the state, and getting back to the resources part, for your school, what's some things that you kind of have in play, or you're trying to accomplish within your first year to trying to get the ball rolling, because like you said, you came from St. James, who I don't know how Coach Valdez do it year in, year out. He gets money. How are some of the things in your relationships that from Coach Valdez, from Andy Bryce, that runs their own business, and G, that runs his own business, that you can use to help promote Terrebone.
Right. So I'm glad you asked that, man. Like I said, we're a 100% self-funded program. We don't get no money from the school district. They support us, in a good way, but we don't get no funding from. So we have to raise everything from the ground up here. We actually have a fundraiser we're rolling now of reaching out goals. And then basically I have my guys, reaching out to family members, people they know in the community, asking to donate back to Terrebone right now. It's basically a electronic donation. My kids are not going door to door because it's not safe to go door to doors these days. So it's just electronic deal. We're going through that. We actually have a fundraiser set up with Andy pretty soon. We're gonna roll that out and actually roll out selling subscriptions from his magazines. He's gonna give back to the program. He's actually gonna, how it's set up is we're gonna get kids put in their magazine, in his recruiting magazine, based on the amount of subscriptions they sell. If they sell 10 or 15 subscriptions, they're going to get a half a page recognition in their recruiting book. Now, that recruiting book, the Gridiron magazine, goes across the country. He even have it digitally with his app and everything else with his website. So it's going to actually get my kids more exposure while bringing money back into the program as well. We do have a athletic booster club that's very supportive as well. They just recently put $10,000 into the weight rooms, which is major for us. They have a golf tournament coming up in April the 18th at the Elida Golf Club here in Houma. So, we're looking for teams to join that because, they give back to our student athletes, you know what I mean? So we have different stuff like that. I have a youth camp coming in July. G, make sure you have your camera ready. Huh?
You know it. You know it.
On deck.
Yeah, we have a youth camp, man. I'm bringing out some NFL guys, some former NFL guys, man. We're doing it for our kids. We're gonna ask for a little small donation. from the kids. But the youth camp will be ran by my coaching staff, the NFL guys, and any other guys that's willing to volunteer their time to Terrebone program in this community of Homer. So y'all gotta understand where we at in Homer, man. We took a big hit, and G can contest it. Homer took a big hit with the storm, man, and a lot of people are still rebuilding right now. So we have a slogan right now: together. Together we're gonna rebuild. We're gonna rebuild Homer, but we're gonna rebuild this program as well. It's time to rebrand this program and take it where it should be. There's no reason we shouldn't be competing with Ponchatoula, Zachary, and all the top 5A programs. You know what I mean? So, and it comes from the lack of resources.
Last thing before I let you go, TY, is a big thing.
But it's a market. This is only X's and O's. It's a business.
Right. Yeah, my last thing before I let you go, TY.
Okay.
A lot of coaches, when they're taking over a program for the first time, one of the first things parents and kids want to know is how you going to get my child recruited, how you going to get him the exposure, what kind of relationships do you have. But the truth of the matter is, TY, everybody if you had a 5A school, typically you probably going to have 70 to 80 kids on your roster for varsity.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, all 70 to 80 kids are not going to be able to get a scholarship. All 70 to 80 kids are not going to be able to play on that next level. Right. What is your thought process and what is your plan as it pertains to when you're talking to parents, talking to kids, to get them to buy in to the program and not always expecting, look, that I'm going to get your child a scholarship and being able to guarantee something that might not even happen?
Well, I'm honest with my parents. I'm honest with them. I met with a few parents. I have a mandatory meeting coming soon. Honestly, every kid is not going to get recruited to play football on the next level. We just need to be honest. We need to be real with that.
Right.
But I'm going to prepare you to be prepared to get recruited.
Yep.
I'm going to put you in the right places to get recruited. That weight room is going to be number one. The classroom will be number one. The weight room will be number two. I'm going to put your kids in a position to get them exposed at camps. They're going to have the lists of camp. The camps are going to be in the locker room posted. Like I said, Coach, it exposes everything. But they have to follow a blueprint, man. That success is not a secret, man. It's out there. They just got to buy in and see it. You know what I'm saying? Include my parents. It's not just my kids, it's the parents. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to need their help. Yep. I'm going to need their help to make this possible. But like I said, if they can't get it right in the classroom, we're not talking recruiting. We're not talking ball. You know what I'm saying? Gee, right now I'm in the classroom, man. I'm sitting in classrooms on planning periods, man. You're not getting it right. I'm going to help you get it right, man. Yep. It's bigger than football with me. It's life. It's about life, man. And football is the game that's going to prepare you for life, in my opinion. So being recruited is going to be a plus if you can get it right here. If you can't get it right at Terrebone, you can't get it right for Nick Saban, baby. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Coach, you got last question for Coach? Because
man, look, y'all know how real Coach T is, man. So I gotta ask this real question, man. Is G really from the Tri-Parish, man? Because he from Gray. Is Gray part of the Tri-Parish, man? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, G out here, man. G out here. Hey, G doing what he do for these kids, bro. Hey, I respect G a lot, bro. A lot of people don't know, man. G take his own money and his time and bring these kids to camps and get these kids exposed, man. Yep. And G been doing it. G met me at Homer Junior High.
Yep.
Well, I never forget when he first got his game off the ground. Met him at Homer Junior High. Academy. Said, Coach, I want you to be real with me. Is he really like that? And G, I said, I don't cut corners. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
He like that, and I told you who not like that, and I was right on that one, right?
Chavez Brown.
He's a Jew, Coach. He's a Sikh coach. Chavez Brown, he's at a JUCO right now, Coach. If he keep doing what he's supposed to do, Nick Saban, if you hear me, you better go find him.
I'm telling you. He look good too. I think he might have been in the 7th grade at the time.
Yep, in the 7th grade. He had to struggle with the classroom, man. But right now, man, say, Coach, I'm on it, bro. I'm on my grades. I'm on it, Coach. Yep. I'm on it. He came back not too long ago for spring break, man, trying to tell our kids, man, do the right thing. Get it done right now. You be in the predicament I'm in, trying to get it out of JUCO.
Yep.
Everybody know that grind in JUCO nasty.
Yep.
Nasty.
Yep. He told me how he came out there and worked out with y'all with the track team and stuff like that.
Yep. Hey, he can't work out with my track team. I put him through our track workouts. He said, Coach, man. I said, hey, bro, it's real deal here, man. We ain't cutting no corners at Terrebone. We got to get it, man. We in the toughest district in the state. We in the biggest class in the state. We got to represent, man. We can't half step. That's not who Coach TY is. That ain't who this program going to be.
No doubt.
Trying to say you borderline, G. Trying to say Gray's borderline.
Hey, GSportz that dude, though, man. Give him proud. You that dude though.
T.Y., you already know I got your back, man. Let me know anything you need.
Hey, man, you already know. One call away. I called G already. Hey, G, I got this issue right here.
Right.
Hey, I don't hesitate to call nobody to fix problems.
You already know.
Problem, let's get it fixed right now.
Facts.
No doubt.
But like super proud of you, brother, man. You know,
appreciate
I
it.
knew you was ready at this last gridiron game. The way you handled every day being the coordinator. You know, you got my full support. And you know, sky's the limit for you, bro. Just keep grinding the way you're doing in your program, your kids, the community, the parents. You know, your school is gonna flourish from it because of the type of person you is, man.
I appreciate that, Coach. I really appreciate that, man.
Anytime, brother.
See you in the spring, man. I can't wait till y'all start practicing.
Hey, man, come check us out, man. Terrebone High School. Terrebone High School sit in historic downtown Homer.
Get the slogan popping. Get the slogan popping. I see it.
Oh my God.
Active high school in the state of Louisiana sits, man. Come holler at us. And we're a battle school now official.
He branded it. He branded it.
Hey,
I love it.
I gotta add Valdez at that. Ain't no more. Hey, Bachelor ain't that beautiful no more, baby. T.Y. say it's all about Terrebone.
It's all about Terrebone and historic downtown Homer.
Historic downtown home.
Try Paris stand up, man.
Listen. Google it. Man, listen. We deeply appreciate you, Coach, man. Thank you for coming and tuning in to FanView Live, man. We love to have you, man. Anytime. We deeply support you, support Homer. Man, we just love to having you on, man. We deeply, deeply appreciate it for taking the time and talking with us and being on the show.
Y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. If anybody out there want to donate to Terrebone High School, check me out on Tyler Lewis. You can find me on Facebook, Coach_TY on Twitter, Instagram. The links in my bio, man. Give back to my kids, man, so I can give back to them, and we can do it the right way, man.
No doubt, man.
There it is, fella.
There it is, y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too, bro.
Try Paris stand up.
You already know.
Listen.